Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel The World Coin. On this channel, we explore rare and valuable coins from around the world. Old dollar coins, error coins, and hidden treasures that can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you love coin collecting, or want to know the real value of coins you already own, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss an update. Let's get started with today's rare coin. I have 3 videos of 1 dime. So let's get started. The 1989 United States 1 dime coin with the P Mint mark is a remarkable modern issue from the long-running Roosevelt dime series, and although at first glance it may appear to be an ordinary 10-cent coin used in everyday transactions, a closer and more detailed examination reveals that certain examples, especially those preserved in very fine to high uncirculated condition or featuring rare mint errors, can hold impressive collector value reaching into the hundreds and in exceptional certified cases even thousands of dollars. Struck at the United States Mint facility in Philadelphia, the 1989 dime carries the P Mint mark to the left of the date on the obverse, a feature that distinguishes it from earlier decades when Philadelphia coins did not always bear a mint mark. The obverse of the coin features the iconic left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, honoring the 32nd President of the United States and commemorating his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II as well as his association with the March of Dimes campaign. The inscriptions, "Liberty, In God We Trust," and the date, 1989, frame Roosevelt's portrait, and in very fine condition the hair detail above the ear, the cheekbone contours, and portions of the jawline remain clearly visible, although moderate wear can be seen on the highest points of the design, indicating honest circulation while preserving strong overall detail. On the reverse, the 1989 P dime displays a powerful symbolic composition consisting of a central torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence, with the inscriptions, "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and 1 dime, clearly surrounding the design. In very fine condition, the vertical lines of the torch, the leaf veins on both branches, and the sharpness of the lettering remain strong and readable, making the coin attractive to collectors who appreciate coins that show history without excessive damage. The composition of the 1989 dime is the standard copper-nickel-clad structure introduced in 1965, consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving the coin durability and the distinctive silver-like appearance while containing no actual silver content. Yet despite its base metal composition, condition rarity can dramatically increase its market value. While millions of 1989 P dimes were struck for circulation, the majority entered heavy commercial use, and as a result, sharply struck examples with minimal contact marks and strong original luster are significantly scarcer than raw mintage numbers suggest, especially when seeking coins with fully separated torch bands on the reverse, a critical grading factor known among collectors as full bands, where the horizontal bands on the torch are clearly defined and uninterrupted. Coins displaying full bands designation in high mint state grades have achieved substantial auction results, and when professionally graded by services such as PCGS or NGC, top population specimens can reach into the hundreds and occasionally thousands of dollars depending on demand and registry competition. In very fine condition specifically, the coin maintains most central design elements while showing light smoothing on Roosevelt's hair and the torch's high points, and such pieces often serve as affordable yet historically meaningful additions to Roosevelt dime collections. The unique features that can transform a standard 1989 P dime into a high-value collectible include double die errors where lettering or numerals show noticeable doubling, off-center strikes where the design is misaligned on the planchette, clipped planchettes missing a portion of the metal blank, broad strikes struck without a collar resulting in expanded diameter, die cracks, cut errors, and transitional striking anomalies. These mint errors are avidly sought by collectors and can elevate value from mere cents to hundreds or more depending on visual impact and rarity. Additionally, coins preserved in original mint rolls for decades sometimes emerge with exceptional surface quality, vibrant luster, and minimal abrasions, qualities that are highly prized in the numismatic marketplace. Historically, the 1989 Roosevelt dime represents late 20th century American coinage during a period of economic growth and modernization, when billions of clad coins circulated through banks, vending machines, supermarkets, and public transportation systems, embedding themselves into the daily rhythm of American life. Yet over time, attrition, damage, and loss have reduced the supply of collectible-grade examples, especially those meeting strict high-grade standards. The 1989 P dime thus stands as a reminder that even modern pocket change can hold hidden potential when carefully examined for strike quality, preservation, and mint anomalies. Collectors building complete Roosevelt dime sets from 1946 to the present often find the challenge of locating high-grade fold bands coins from the 1980s surprisingly difficult, which adds to the coin's long-term appeal. In terms of current market value, an average circulated 1989 P dime remains worth its face value of 10 cents, but a well-preserved very fine example may command a modest premium among collectors assembling album sets, while mint state examples graded Mississippi 66, Mississippi 67, or higher with full bands can realize prices ranging from several $100s to well over $1,000 in exceptional certified cases, particularly when auction demand is strong and population reports indicate scarcity at the top levels. Therefore, the 1989 United States 1 dime coin with the P mint mark in very fine condition is far more than a simple piece of pocket change. It is a historically rich, symbolically meaningful, and potentially valuable collectible that bridges everyday American commerce with the sophisticated world of modern numismatics, demonstrating that careful preservation, sharp strike characteristics, and rare mint varieties can transform an ordinary clad dime into a coin of significant financial and historical importance. Next video. The 1979 United States 1 dime coin with the D mint mark is a compelling and historically rich issue from the long-running Roosevelt dime collection, and while at first glance it may appear to be a common piece of pocket change from the late 1970s, deeper analysis reveals that specific examples preserved in very fine to high mint state condition, especially those with rare strike characteristics or mint errors, can carry impressive collector premiums reaching into the hundreds and in exceptional certified cases even thousands of dollars. Struck at the United States Mint facility in Denver, identified by the D mint mark located to the left of the date on the obverse, the 1979 D dime represents an era of large-scale coin production during a period of economic adjustment and inflation in the United States, when coinage demand was extremely high. The obverse features the dignified left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by Chief Engraver John R. Sinek, honoring the 32nd President of the United States and recognizing his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II as well as his connection to the March of Dimes campaign, which played a significant role in combating polio. The inscriptions, "Liberty, In God We Trust," and the date, 1979, frame Roosevelt's portrait, and in very fine condition the hair detail above the ear, the separation of strands near the temple, and the outline of the cheek and jaw remain clearly visible though showing moderate wear on the highest design points, reflecting honest circulation without severe flattening. On the reverse, the 1979 D dime displays the classic torch at the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength, with the inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and 1 dime, arranged in balanced symmetry around the design. In very fine grade, the torch's vertical lines remain distinct, the horizontal bands across the torch are visible though slightly worn, and the leaf details on both branches are still identifiable, making the coin visually appealing to collectors who appreciate circulated examples that retain strong detail. The coin's composition is the standard copper nickel-clad format introduced in 1965, consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving the coin durability and a silver-like appearance while containing no intrinsic silver value, meaning that collector interest is driven primarily by condition, rarity, and error varieties rather than metal content. Although the mintage of the 1979 D dime was substantial, the majority of coins entered heavy circulation during a time when coins were frequently used in vending machines, public transportation systems, and daily commerce, leading to widespread wear and a relative scarcity of sharply struck, high-grade examples today. In very fine condition, the coin represents a balanced state of preservation where central design elements remain strong but display light smoothing on Roosevelt's hair in the highest parts of the torch, making it ideal for collectors building date and mint Roosevelt dime albums. What significantly increases the potential market value of a 1979 D dime is the presence of full torch bands, often referred to as full bands designation in professional grading, where the horizontal bands across the torch are completely separated and uninterrupted, indicating a sharp and well-executed strike. Such examples in high mint state grades are highly desirable and can command substantial premiums in the competitive registry set market. Additionally, rare mint errors contribute greatly to the coin's value potential, including double die obverse varieties where lettering or numbers show visible doubling, off-center strikes where the design is misaligned, clipped planchettes missing a portion of the metal blank, broad strikes struck without a retaining collar, die cracks, cuds, and other striking anomalies that occurred during high-speed production at the Denver Mint. Collectors actively search bank rolls and old collections for such varieties, and when authenticated and graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC, significant errors or top-grade specimens can sell for hundreds or even exceed $1,000 depending on rarity, eye appeal, and market demand. The historical importance of the 1979 D-dime also lies in its representation of late 20th century American coinage, a time of economic shifts, rising inflation, and modernization in minting technology, when billions of clad coins circulated widely and became embedded in everyday American life. Over time, attrition, damage, and removal from circulation have reduced the supply of collectible grade examples, particularly those with strong strikes and minimal contact marks, increasing demand among serious numismatists. While an average circulated 1979 D-dime remains worth only its face value of 10 cents, a very fine example with strong detail can hold modest collector interest, and high-grade full bands coins or dramatic error varieties can escalate dramatically in price, reaching into the hundreds or thousands of dollars in competitive auctions. For investors and collectors, the 1979 D. Roosevelt dime offers a compelling combination of historical symbolism, classic mid-20th century design continuity, and the modern challenge of locating premium examples among heavily circulated pieces. It serves as proof that even common base metal coinage can transform into a high-value collectible when preserved in superior condition or displaying rare mint characteristics. Careful examination under magnification often reveals subtle doubling, strike sharpness, and surface preservation that can significantly influence grading outcomes and market value. In conclusion, the 1979 United States one-dime coin with the D Mint mark in very fine condition is more than just a small 10-cent piece. It is a tangible fragment of American economic history, a tribute to Franklin D. Roosevelt's enduring legacy, and a potentially valuable collectible whose true worth depends on detail, condition, rarity, and collector demand, with the finest and rarest examples legitimately achieving prices from hundreds to even thousands of dollars in today's numismatic marketplace. Next video. The 2003 United States one-dime coin with the P Mint mark is a modern yet highly collectible issue from the long-running Roosevelt dime series, and although it was produced in the billions for everyday circulation, certain well-preserved examples in very fine to high mint state condition, especially those displaying exceptional strike quality or rare mint errors, have drawn significant attention in the numismatic marketplace and in rare certified grades can reach values ranging from hundreds to even thousands of dollars. Struck at the Philadelphia facility of the United States Mint, the 2003 P-dime carries the P Mint mark positioned to the left of the date on the obverse, signifying its origin and marking its place within the early 21st century era of American coinage production. The obverse design features the familiar left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, originally designed by John R. Sinek in 1946 to honor the 32nd President of the United States and his association with the March of Dimes Foundation, an organization dedicated to fighting polio and later supporting maternal and infant health. The inscriptions, "Liberty, In God We Trust," and the date, 2003, encircle Roosevelt's portrait, and in very fine condition the coin retains strong detail in the hair above the ear, visible contours of the cheek and jawline, and clearly readable lettering, although light circulation wear may be present on the highest design points, indicating that the coin participated in everyday commerce while still maintaining collectible integrity. On the reverse, the 2003 P-dime continues the classic symbolic design of a central torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence, with the inscriptions, "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and "One Dime," clearly arranged around the image. In very fine grade examples, the vertical lines of the torch remain distinct, the horizontal bands across the torch are visible though slightly softened, and the leaf details on both branches are still identifiable, making the coin visually balanced and appealing. The composition of the 2003 dime follows the copper-nickel clad standard established in 1965, consisting of outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, which provides durability, resistance to corrosion, and the characteristic silver-like appearance despite containing no precious metal content. Although the mintage of the 2003 P dime was substantial, high-quality examples with exceptional strike sharpness and minimal contact marks are surprisingly difficult to locate, particularly those displaying fully separated and sharply defined torch bands, a feature known among collectors as full bands, or full torch, which significantly enhances desirability and grading potential. Coins achieving high mint state grades such as MS67 or above with full bands designation from professional grading services can command strong premiums in the competitive registry set market, sometimes selling for hundreds and in rare top population cases exceeding $1,000 depending on scarcity and collector demand. Even in very fine condition, the 2003 P dime can hold collector interest, especially for individuals assembling complete date and mint sets or searching for high-quality circulation strikes from the early 2000s era. The unique features that may elevate a 2003 P dime into the category of a high-value collectible include mint errors such as double die varieties where the date or lettering shows visible doubling, off-center strikes where the design is partially misaligned, clipped planchettes where a portion of the metal blank is missing, broad strikes resulting from collar malfunctions, die cracks, cuds, and other production anomalies that occurred during high-speed minting operations. These error coins are actively sought by collectors because they represent unusual and limited production variations within otherwise common issues, and authenticated examples with dramatic visual impact can sell for significant premiums. Additionally, coins preserved in original mint rolls are carefully stored shortly after release may retain strong original luster, minimal abrasions, and superior eye appeal, factors that heavily influence grading outcomes and market value. Historically, the 2003 Roosevelt dime represents early 21st century American coinage during a time of technological advancement, increased automation in minting processes, and massive coin production volumes intended to meet national demand. Billions of these coins circulated through banks, retail stores, vending machines, and public transportation systems, becoming a routine part of daily American life. However, the vast majority of circulated pieces exhibit wear, contact marks, and diminished luster, leaving only a limited number of truly high-grade survivors available for serious collectors. As time passes and attrition continues, the relative scarcity of pristine examples becomes more evident, strengthening their long-term collector appeal. In terms of market value, a typical circulated 2003 P dime remains worth face value, but a well-preserved very fine example with strong detail and eye appeal can hold modest collector premium, while mint state coins with full bands in top certified grades have demonstrated the ability to achieve impressive auction results in the hundreds and occasionally thousands of dollars range. The combination of historical symbolism, classic mid-20th century design continuity, modern production scale, and the challenge of locating premium strike examples makes the 2003 P Roosevelt dime an intriguing collectible. In conclusion, the 2003 United States 1 dime coin with the P Mint mark in very fine condition stands as more than just 10 cents of spending power. It is a representation of American heritage, presidential legacy, and modern minting precision, and under the right conditions of preservation, strike sharpness, and rarity, it can transform from everyday pocket change into a highly desirable numismatic asset valued far beyond its face denomination. So if you enjoyed this rare coin history video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos about valuable coins from around the world.